Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are, mate.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are, mate. Yeah, I'm ready whenever.
Good evening, welcome to round one of season 10 of our GT4 championship. Unbelievable, it's been 10 years. Joining me again, as always,
10
is
years? I
Ben.
don't know about that, but yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
about 10 years, but
yeah, 10 seasons, 10 seasons. It's felt like 10 years.
sometimes. But yeah, you were halfway through introducing me there, so I'll go. I'll jump in. And,
Uh,
so yeah, I don't know how many people will join the server. I've not quite got around checking, but lanes caught out by a bit of traffic there at last corner. We're just started quali. They've just done their first out lap,
we have,
and we've got 17 minutes 45 seconds of hot lapping now.
yeah, and what we have is we have 35 people in the server.
I've also just noticed that Gillies has made it. Did he take you up on your offer of a taxi?
I'm not sure if he did or not, but he's made it anyway. Either that or he ran. Neil B in the chat. Evening, Neil. How's the audio? Neil B, did you get to listen to the other Neil B lay some beats down?
Neil's in Cornwall now. He's in God's country.
Yeah. Poor guy. Wonder if he's had a pasty.
He's probably had more than one.
Oh, are you making presumption there about his eating
Because
habits?
they're so good, isn't it?
That's because they're so good, rather than he's gutsy. And what do we have as a field? I think when we looked at practicing, predictably we were going to see a lot of Mercedes. It was a popular choice. Bizarrely, what we didn't see, two, three McLarens?
Yeah.
It's a surprise,
It's not the easiest car to handle, though, is it? It's not. And I think it's nowhere near as good as it used to be. But it's still a good car. But I think it's not easy to handle in the corners, to be honest. I don't think anyway.
I just thought with this track, there's a good third of it that's almost proper high-end sort of high-speed stuff. I thought people might have just taken a punt on it just for the top end.
Yeah,
sounding good.
We've got two quick guys in it, Lico and Gott.
Is there any crazy car choices? Just watching Skunky, he's went pole with a 50.9.
I saw Hickman mentioning something about a KTM, but I don't know if that was just all talk or he's actually picked it.
So we've got a couple of Alpines, a few Ginettas, predictably, some BMWs, brave choice. I don't see any KT.
Where is he? Yeah, he's in a Hickman's in a Ginetta.
Hickman's in a Ginetta. Morrison goes quickest to the BMW with a 50.8.
Yeah, still got a bit of speed in the right hands, isn't it?
Yeah, just not my hands.
What's Shark picked this season then, or Privet?
Privet has went with a BMW.
Ooh.
I know, I genuinely thought if anyone was going to pick the BMW, because Kinsey's went for it as well, they would have just swapped it out for an Aston Martin. Because you pretty much get the same car that's a few tenths quicker. Skunky just caught him on stream there, catching the sausage curb through Cheetah. Just got Goldie.
Lots of new names out here tonight as well. We've got Perez. Is that Perez, like the Arsenal player?
Like the Arsenal player, let's just say that is, yeah. In treble 9, a Porsche.
Got Hill, number 18 in P10. A Mercedes.
Yep.
Ward, P14 in a Porsche. Sexton is in a Mercedes. Reed in a Porsche. Sabio in a Merc. So Merc and Porsche is a bit popular, isn't it? Campuris. I think he's done one M2 race with us. It's the first time we've seen him in GT4. He's in a Mercedes.
What
Many Aston Martins, is there? Was he Messina's in one, Trackware, Cambiaso's in a...
I thought Cambiaso, there's a quick time as well in the Aston. I thought it'd be very popular. 2 Alpines now top. Richmond, Lane, Morrison right behind them, and Skunky, it's so very close at the top, and Lico. Tell you what,
Lane's 0.006 off Richmond.
I know Lane's just pitted in. Some sides of a grid. I was just thinking, like, normally first race of the season, you'd want to spend a bit of time going through everyone, a little bit air time, see what they're all about, see the car. Technically that gives us about 1 minute and 15 seconds per person. So we could either watch the race or we could just go through them in order and just chat about them. But I think you're right, we've got a lot of new guys out there.
Also, Skywalker, P35 at the minute, he hasn't put a lap in, he's in a McLaren.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the last car on Timothy, he's in a Mercedes.
I think. Oh, Zielikowski's way at the back as well in an Aston. He's got pace to be top 12 in quali, I think, from what I've seen.
I wonder if maybe Zielikowski's he's done a lot more GT3 racing, because he seemed very comfortable in the GT3 race last week, didn't he? I'm sure his GT4 will improve with more seat time, but I'm not sure I expect him to be up at the same result he was in the team battle last week. Not in the first round anyway, but you never know.
Oh yeah. And then we've also got Gotts just went 4th, 2/10 off pole.
Yeah, so he's in the McLaren.
Richmond, Lane, Morrison, Gott, Viper, Skunky, Lico.
Gronovold had a great result in the team battle as well.
Oh yeah, Gronovold as well, yeah.
Badiali's we've seen him be very quick before. We've got McGowan, Perez, I've heard, is maybe quite a quick driver. So
has Cambiaso raced with us before? Is that a team battle driver?
She hasn't raced with us before, no, and she was going to race with BMR, I believe, in a team battle. It didn't happen, but she's up around in the Discord. She's joined in the Intercon League, so I don't want to talk about too much, but I will. Obviously she is female. That's the only one we've had in this league, so it'll be interesting to see how she gets on. Hopefully she sticks around.
Yeah, by the looks of things, she's pretty fast, so...
Yeah, she hasn't done any GT4. I had a little chat with her. Just kind of recommended the Aston because she hadn't done it before, and she seems to settle into it quite nicely at the moment. We've got Funky Doula in chat who's asking to you, who's your hot tip for season 10?
Hot tip for season 10. That's a difficult one. Lane always says I don't pick him, so I'm not going to pick him. I'm going to say Gott. Oh, Cambiaso with a big tank slapper on screen.
Whoever's that Alpine's done well to avoid her.
Yeah, I know. So I'm going to go Gott. I don't know what your big tip's going to be. We're watching Gott and...
let me just have a little look through this grid a minute, just, so I consider it all.
I think you're putting some thought into it. I'm just picking. I'm gonna go with Gott because he just appears to be one of these guys that's a bit relentless when it comes to it. It's just lap after lap after lap, making that sound like it's onerous or not that great, but it's just every lap. I think the only other driver a bit like that's Connebeer.
Yeah.
Everyone else sort of has a quick lap, can do 4 or 5 quick laps in it. A couple of laps where you think, oh, what's happened there? They've lost a couple of seconds, but God, it's just clockwork.
Yeah, it's not given the commentator's curse, but yeah.
Yeah, I've just done a whole minute of commentator's curse on him there.
I'm going to go for your, I don't know, I'd call him maybe your protege.
Who?
Barcia.
Wow.
think he might have. Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to win races, but I think he'll.
You're going
he'll
for
have his
the
best season to date.
well, yeah. I mean, admittedly, he's still sitting in 23rd right now, but
1.7 off.
1.7 off, and I seen him do 51s in the test during testing. So
yeah, I just think he'll. Seems to be putting the seat time in now. It's he's had a bit of a break and now he's back, so I've got a feeling he's going to do well.
Broom's obviously promoting himself, and Morrison.
Well, yeah, I can't beat Broom because he's not turned up the first race. So
He's off gallivanting around Cornwall. I think Morrison is always a good shout. Because he is fast, and he's proven to be fast.
He won the M2 League last season.
I just kind of worry he's maybe handicapped himself a bit with that car.
We'll see, but he likes it, doesn't he? He's comfortable in it, and he can be consistent in it.
Yeah, off the top of my head, can't remember what tracks we're at, but the BMW was horrific at Silverstone, Barcelona, Watkins Glen, I think, after the update, so... And someone asking,
what chain's just asking? Evening lads, is it a Mandry Pit? It is. Yes. You don't have, you can't refuel in this race. So you have to fuel up for the whole race at the start and put a bit extra in because you can't top it up. And then in the pit stop, it's a mandatory tyre change at any time.
I'll tell you what I just seen there is Chapman come out of the pits, recognised the livery. And it was an Audi.
That's Blue Pasture, or I don't know if it got changed. I don't know, but that was the original name of that team.
That was the original name. He's still rocking the colours.
And Broom was part of that team. They won the championship, the team championship one season. I think the first season, maybe.
Oh God! Oh, well, maybe yes. What were we saying? Chapman carried them to a championship, is it?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a long time ago. I'll go with it. Neil's going to get nostalgic in chat now.
Look at this. So 50.6 on pole from Richmond. Then we've got Lane, Skunky, got Morrison.
Do you want to put a camera on the screen now?
Viper, Connebier, Lico. Top 8 all within sort of 2.5 tenths. It's outrageous.
Yes.
Connebier. Oh, Connebier's just sneaked in there. I just read his name out. Didn't really notice, but... He's in there.
Yeah, that's crazy. You could have the whole top 10 separated by 3 or 4 tenths. Wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, Gillies has just went 10th. Look at the pace on Gillies as well.
Maybe Gillies going to have a big season.
We never thought of that. We never thought of that. There has to be a season where it comes together for Gillies.
Well, he has won the team championship before, but yeah, it's he's craving a podium, isn't he?
He's craving a podium. He's all about the individual glory, yeah.
Typical cricketer, really. They just think about themselves now.
Not sure who's that in the black BMW. Is that? It is Morrison.
That is Morrison. He's in the Ninja BMW.
Just used to seeing him in the green and white.
You're a bit sad about that. You've lost a Celtic on the grid.
Well, he is a Celtic guy, yeah, so I'm just assuming it's the third kit. I just didn't say it out loud on the stream. Right, Lane takes pole.
And Goldie's in his full Scotland flag livery, which I'm sure you approve of, with gold rims.
Oh yeah, look at him, yeah. It's kind of like a tilt of the hat to the SWSR Ecos team.
I think he ran that before that team.
Yes. Kerbler. So Lane has pole. Then Richmond.
Just so we got the colours. So Richmond's in the black Alpine with blue, and Lane's in like the purple one. Is that right?
Yeah. Richmond's in like the chalkboard black and SWSR blue. Lane's in his sort of usual purple and white.
Okay.
Need to ask Lane about that actually at some point. There must be some significance to that colour. He uses it quite a lot. Skunky's in sort of version of his colours in the Mercedes in third.
Yeah, a bit of silver in there too. Isn't there? What's Conover's got? Conover's in the Yorkshire.
Oh, he's in the Yorkshire shitbox.
So him and Steve can chat about it all race, about moaning about how it's not got the top speed, but it's amazing in the corners.
Whilst drinking warm brown ale. They're the kind of guys, aren't they? Hang about sheds, drinking warm ale.
Yeah.
Talking about their
Yeah, I think you
Genettas.
got that.
Although that puts a bit of pressure on Gillies. Conabeer just reserving tonight ahead of Gillies in what would be traditionally a Gillies car, so
yeah. Let's see if we can do anything about it. It's still got a couple of minutes.
just got Perez on stream. Porsche looks a bit lively around here, if I'm honest. Never really driven it, so I don't know how they set it up, but it just looks a bit eager to turn when it touches curbs. And to be quick here, you've kind of got to be on some of these curbs. Looking curve.
So most drivers on their last lap, or about to approach their last lap.
As you said that, I just looked at the track map to see if... Look how busy it is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's about, what, 4 drivers in the pits, or 5 maybe.
So top
there's
6,
30 cars on track.
top 16 are covered by a second. Just going to cut to Vizina.
We've also got Gibb in chat. Says evening lads. Evening mate.
Right, Gib. Long time.
Featured in Shug's montage on in that video.
Did, yeah.
I saw today, didn't he?
Yep. Funky Dealer saying I'm supporting the sausage
Very,
for this race. I mean, the sausage...
Very emotional, I thought that was.
Very emotional. Yeah. Shug rolling back the years. Music wasn't my choice, but it seemed to be touching for him. I'm just watching Vizina at the moment. Good to have him back.
Oh! Got a little incident there. Shug was on a lap, Skywalker was on a lap, but I think there's a big lap time difference there, and they got tangled in the braking zone.
And Richmond's pitted, so he's not going to be pushing for pole. He's leaving Lane on pole, who's also pitted, so...
Still got the top 9 separated by 4 tenths.
Still have the top 16 separated by a second.
Yeah, less than a second. 7:18.
Vizina launches it over the sausage at Cheetah just to prove.
Yeah, Cheetah curb is vicious.
Let's have a look at Camporis. He's cut in old bump drafter colours. In the Merc. New driver to us, is this not?
Sorry, who's that?
Camporis.
He's raced once in M2, I believe, but yeah, very new. Second race with us, I think. So first time in GT4. He seems to know some of the lads because he was quite punchy on chat yesterday.
I think you've got to be on our Discord, don't you? You might as well just jumping in and getting on with it.
Yeah. Just
I'm watching Gott's having a go coming around this last.
It's got a bit of a Celtic / Plymouth Argyle livery to that Gott. I think that's going to be a favourite of ours.
Yes, yeah. I'm already on board with it. Oh, I'm watching him and he just pits it in. So, and Viper's going to try and put a lap in. Oofed.
Skunky on a lap, or
Viper bins it.
No,
Skunky's in the pits. Gillies is in the pits. Conabeer's in the pit.
We've got Frack Weir next car over. Badiali, I think, after that. Frack Weir. I must remember.
What's us?
Ah, there we go.
So Lane takes pole ahead of Richmond, then Skunky.
Did you just go in timetables, mate, and scroll down just because we don't lose it? Because we won't get through it with us, and it's smaller. Just
Oh yeah.
so I type it all into racing tournament and crack on.
All right. Oh, I didn't know that. So I will just crack on and read through this enormous list of drivers now. So Lane on pole, Richmond second, Skunky then Gott on the second row, Morrison Viper on the third, Gillies fantastic seventh ahead of his friend colleague Connebeer in eighth, Lico ninth, Gromwald 10th, Goldie 11th, Cambiasso on a debut 12th, Zielikowski 13th, Perez 14th, McGowan 15th, Badiali 16th, Vizina 17th, Thomas 18th, Kinsey 19th, Camporis 20th, Trackware 21st, Hill 22nd, Ward 23rd, Barcher 24th. Maybe disappointed with that. I think Hickman 25th. Not feeling a bit off it today, so good to see him out there. 26th Armstrong, 27th Mackay, 28th Sexton, 29th Reed, 30th Timothy, 31st Murray, Chapman, Privet, Sabio, Skywalker. Wow. Wowzer. That's some list to go through now. Impressive.
You almost ran out. I felt like you almost ran out of breath there at one point.
Yeah, I was, yeah. Yeah, and Steve's pointing out a second between first and 17th.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Not only is it season
10,
just how it's evolved, and a lot of these guys that are up there now have been with us a long time and probably have just got quicker every year on year and find themselves up there.
Because there's not so much GT4 racing in other places, generally the new guys who join have to go through like a process to find the time, and it takes a little bit of time, so you need to have a bit of patience.
I did think with
speed, really.
team battles, touching back on what you were saying about Zielikowski earlier, I did wonder with team battles if because we started with GT3, I did wonder if what we would then see is some of the guys that have been with us a long time doing GT4 that specialise a bit more in it.
Yeah, no, I would imagine so.
Maybe bumping up the field a
not
bit.
Not all of them are on the Intercon team, are they? They're spread out all over the teams. So yeah, we'll see what happens on that one. That's a few weeks away. Brands Hatch, 36 cars. It's gonna be absolute bonkers. 2 hours.
Oh yeah, forgot it was Brad's Hatch.
Blue flag etiquette's going to be tested there on that one.
Yeah. I think if you're Marshall with a blue flag there as well, your arm's going to be hanging off at the end of that 2 hours.
Yeah. So we got 30 seconds. I'm just going to say to the drivers who are watching this back, we'll need everyone to sign up to a racing tournament for a racing profile. That's where we record the results and it does the standing and everything. There's the section on the Discord. You just got to click the link, register, and make your username like your driver name. So J Lane, T Richmond, etc. Then we can get the results up after the race as quickly as possible and have a table, a league table after round one, and everyone have a look at. And yeah, it'd be nice to get that all tidied up. So anyway, here we go on the formation lap.
Yeah. Lane leads them off. Let's just pray for a clean T1. I think you took time to remind drivers about it's a long season, it's a long race. With this size of field, you're almost going to be at a standing stop going into T1. And then I just pointed out, just as we see Zielikowski pass it there, the pit lane's a bit unique here as well, so you need to follow it all the way down there rather than just trying to cut to the right to get a cut into T1. Gibbs asking who are the ones to look out for.
Yeah, I saw that. I said just the whole kind of top 10. I think they'll just be battles everywhere, and it'll who can keep their nerve, just have a solid race, stick it, keep it on track. Some people are going to spin it, end up in sand traps, losing a lot of time. I think someone with a good nerve just will do well in this race. First race season's always a bit difficult
I'm trying to think, if I was driving this and I was in, just let's pick on Buddy Alley, Vizina and Thomas right now, bang in the middle of 36 cars. Do you get a bit more nervous than normal?
Probably.
There's a lot going on around you for these guys.
Yeah.
The advantage of being top 4 or 5 now is outrageous.
Do you think we will see what we saw at Nürburgring, where the last few cars don't even make it around the last corner before the race starts?
Oh, here, definitely, because where the start-finish line is, yeah. There's going to be folk just passing the pits. And then getting given the go, go, go.
Yeah. Puts a bigger emphasis on racecraft and really planning your race.
Somebody's dropped to the pits.
I've seen that, yeah. I don't think you'll lose too much time, to be honest. You'll probably, end of the first lap, you'll be on the back of the pack.
I say, depending on where they started. Look how strung out they are on the map right now.
Yeah, we'll bunch up because they're not under speed limit quite yet. Just about top cars just going into it.
Yeah, you could probably, if you're at the back anyway, drop to the pits, do what you need to do, then.
Well, you can't pit on the information map.
No, I'm saying what Perez has done here.
Yeah. It's just your tyres not warmed up. But I don't think it depends. I don't know where he qualified, but if you qualified at the back anyway, I don't think starting the pits is a big deal. Obviously, with 35 cars. But I think Perez was midfield, wasn't he? I'm not really sure.
I can't remember. There was that. I read through that many. I'm just sort of watching the back at the moment for a.
Yeah, so they are approaching the line.
And then there's the last car coming around the corner, so.
And we are
going away. Yeah, everyone got onto the straight, so here we go. Lane leads us off. Richmond got a jump on him, but he's not got the inside. And then Gott's going to be on the outside.
Oh dear.
What happened there?
There you go. I don't know, I think Richmond and Lane touched, and then Lane went to Gott, then Richmond went to Gott. So it looks like Richmond and Lane are actually out of this race at turn 1, which is exactly what we want to avoid, but that's racing. Well, Richmond's carrying on now. And there's a few other little bits and bobs at the back there that happened, but that was kind of inevitable, unless everyone was on super good behaviour.
Through. Seems to be all okay, apart from car 27 seems to be struggling, which I think has got.
I think we'll have to watch that again, but it looked to me like possibly Lane and Richmond, they had like a gap between them, and they almost both moved into it at the same time to take, and like ended up meeting.
I wonder if these guys.
But that's what you get sometimes when you move in braking zones. So
yeah, I
anyway,
guess if Gott
was collected, Gott had nothing to do with it. He got collected. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, we're off and running. Do we have any battles out there? Everyone's just. We're in just a nice train. Just cut into Ward, going slow on the outside of the corner.
Billy's in P5. Oh, Conover's gone wide at Cheetah into the gravel. He's going to lose a place to Shug and Zielkowski.
And Gillies is in fifth. That's a great spot.
Yeah, Gillies in P5. Yep.
Zielkowski moving up through the field as well. So Lane, Morrison, Skunky, Viper, Gillies. That's our top 5.
Funky Dealer believes the comeback is on for Richmond. I don't know if Gott carried on.
Gott is still driving round there.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's no harm in having a go.
Conbeer's round.
And Zielkowski got some damage there. Is that Goldie involved with that as well?
I think Goldie kept going down the road, did he not?
No, well, I don't know what happened, but he was he was there next to Conby as well. I don't.
Conby was right behind Goldie, so
Okay.
and just cutting up. Lico is now putting real pressure under Gillies.
And yeah, so like I said, nice steady start. Cars are going to fall around you. He's got back to the pit lane, but he can hardly steer to get into the bits. He had to like wall ride it round.
Is he gonna?
Well, yeah. So that's Lico pressuring Gillies on screen.
Yeah, so
Going
Lico's
trying to go
got.
around the
Yeah, sorry.
outside.
Let's just talk about the racing there rather than what these guys doing. That's Lico just went around the outside of Gillies there. That's what happened there.
And the trusty BMW at the moment has got the quickest lap of the race, so maybe it's still something one to watch.
Just cutting back. Because Vizina, he was close there. He's off track, but he's right behind Hill. Him and Trackway are kind of battling now. He's got the line though for Cheetah.
Oh, and Skywalker has.
42.
Oh my days! What is he doing? He's just. Oh my god! Come out with the leaders and he's just taken the racing line. Cut the pit lane exit and just went straight onto the racing line. Just exactly what we don't want. He should really just pull over and just let all these cars go. He just focus on his race because he's a lap down.
I'll get by him. He's now got a stop go.
Yeah, that almost gave me a heart attack, to be honest with you.
Zilakowski's.
But we'll have a chat with him after the race about that. But yeah.
Yep, Zilakowski's in the
get some
pits as
better
well. So
etiquette on
back
that.
to guys up front. Lane, 7/10 up on Morrison. And Skunky just following in behind. Skunky just takes the quickest lap.
Richmond has just avoided being lapped, so he could potentially save his race. Ronaville must have had some major damage as well because he's pitted and he's behind Skywalker not being lapped. Gott's still in the pits, so I assume he's called it a day because he's going to be 2 laps down pretty soon.
Yeah. We're just watching Morrison. Skunky here. Morrison goes a little bit deep, just invites
Skunky's taken the
Skunky to pull up
purple.
behind him.
Skunky's taking the purple lap for now.
Oh yeah. Oh, Morrison bounces over the curb.
Lico, obviously, we saw him get past Gillies, but Gillies is sticking with him. And Goldie's actually approaching that battle. P7 now. Followed by Cambiasso. He's having a great debut race so far. Paddy Early's made his way up from P15 on the grid up to P9.
Yep. Where is the battle that's out on track at the moment? Can we pick any up? Well, we've got this little behind Campuris. We've got Hill.
Yeah, I
track
saw that, yeah. He's just making his way through, isn't he? Because he had to start from pits, but I think McGowan's down in P24.
Is he pitted or?
There's a lot of different lines there at T1. Blimey, that got busy. Mackay, I don't know if you clicked Mackay or McGowan, there's just all sorts of cars next to each other in different lines. It was.
Oh, I didn't, but I'll have
that was
a little.
interesting.
I'll have a little look.
Well,
at
they're still close,
They're
but it was just I switched on to it at P1.
Oh goodness!
T1.
There's 6 cars in shot there. 7.
And they were all at T1 just doing different lines, and it just looked pretty crazy, but nothing happened. Oh, McGowan's got the inside.
Is that Murray that's just tried to go
Murray.
down the inside of?
He's in the red Merc behind. He's in the red Merc. He's got a bit of front damage actually.
I saw it was McGowan that just went past Kinsey.
Yeah. Just seeing
Chapman, I can see in the background as well. I'm not sure. Is he 19th or is he leading this train? Are they going past the back marker? That's. My goodness, it's so hard to keep up here.
Archer's up to P17.
Funky Dula giving it a go. Richmond. I think you'd be surprised where Richmond finishes here if he sticks to it.
Yeah, he's still in the race. He got away quickest from that.
He'll be lapping 2-3 seconds quicker than some guys as they battle.
We've also got Skywalker. I don't know why he didn't take his stop go, because he's just right in the middle of the whole traffic, getting lapped. But
Work out who is the
staying out
cork.
the way at the minute.
Woofed.
We've got
Who was that
Barcher's
going?
in the pits.
Who is the sort of cork in the? Is it Chapman? Is it Chapman that's?
I'm not really sure, mate.
You know, just this whole sort of Ward, McGowan. Here we go. We're going to
I
watch
don't
them
think
all
there
come
is one
down.
yet. I think they're all probably swapping around positions, making mistakes at different moments.
Oh, Chapman loses the back end of the Audi. He's going to lose about 5 positions just because of how tight that all was. Just cut to Richmond because, yeah, he's just lapping about on his own right now.
Yeah, well, all of these guys are battling. He'll be making lots of ground. And
Back to Mackay. On the outside of Chapman, cuts across his nose. Chapman's going to come and undercut him and gets the position back. These guys
I think
love
Chapman
it.
went a bit deep there, didn't he?
He did, yeah, and it's just going to let Mackay come right back past him.
Oh my! Yeah, Chapman didn't give it up there, did he?
No,
And he's now got a whole gaggle of cars behind. He's touched somebody there. Just got to be careful moving across the track.
I think that was at Perez he just touched there.
Yeah, you've got to be really aware of your surroundings here and just stick to your line.
And Perez.
Has he got some
Perez
internet issues?
swings.
Just looked like he was bouncing around there a little
He
bit.
does, yeah. I can see his ping's a little bit high.
We'll have to get some feedback on that. We don't like seeing cars jumping around. Oh,
Chapman, a big slide, catches it, but that's going to now let Perez go by him through Cheetah. Tell you what, you'd be loving it if you're in this battle, wouldn't you? That's what you're here for. Oh, just
Looks touch from behind there on Chapman. Nothing major, but
Skywalker's
so many cars close
disqualified.
together. Yeah, he didn't take his drive through.
Yeah. And then we've got
I
car
think
number
we
24.
might have to just give him a bit of help with the game if he needs to know a few fundamentals, I think, because there was almost a huge accident with the leader getting taken out there.
Yeah, I'm just going to
But
say
we'll move on. We're
Cornabier's
not
just
gonna
cutting his
deal
way
with it,
through
but
this field as
we'll
well.
have a chat.
Yeah, we will have a chat, won't we, with a little bit of education. The whole Cornabier just goes past Murray, and then that's him now part of the Sexton, Chapman, Perez, Mackay battle.
Kinsey is the leading car of the Pitters so far, and Barcher's ahead of Richmond as well by 13 seconds. So
I suppose keep 13 seconds, good shout. Let's keep an eye on that time and see what's happening. Anything else going on?
wide
anywhere
again
else?
to that gravel. On his return to ACC, just needs to find a groove here, and he's just see through this little difficult phase he's going through here. He's going backwards a little bit. He doesn't need to worry. Just needs to take the race as it comes and build on it.
Track we're on stream at the moment. Looks like an Aston.
Gillies has not let Lico go, which is interesting. Definitely got some pace here.
Oh yeah, he's just held it. He has held in there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I know he's desperate. I know he's desperate for the podium. Everyone's desperate for the podium and a win, but I'll tell you what, top 5 or 6 in this field surely feel a bit of a win as well. Do we have any battles out there that we can pick up on?
McGowan on. Oh, he just made a move. Hickman's pushing Hill quite close.
So McGowan had went past Timothy. Oh, Timothy's going to lose it. Oh, he has lost it. I'm going to cut away for that. I don't want to see the re-entry there, but track where comes past where, and we're all safe and going again. Let's have a little look at Gillies. He's just doing his job, isn't he?
Ward going around the outside of must be a back mark. I think that might be Zielikowski, who has pitted. They could have similar pace, so that could be.
Just cut back 24th. We got Sexton, Haslin, Murray for.
Yeah, Sexton's one of the new guys. I think there's 3 or 4 of them who are mates, which is good to see.
He's found himself a nice.
Murray's got a bit of front damage, hasn't he? Which Sexton hasn't got in his Mercedes. So
yeah, and they're also pulling Privet along. Connebeer's just carving right through these guys. Richmond's taking 2.5 seconds a lap out the Berkshire right now.
We've got Morrison right on the back of the lane. Like, I just cut to Team 1 and he was right behind him. And Skunky's right there as well.
Oh yeah, let's have a little look at this, yeah. Let's not rule out Viper as well. He's actually just coming back at them now. In 4th place. Morrison with the black BMW.
He's had the BMW to ride it all day, and he's like, I'm gonna win this race.
The Morrison looks like he's picked up a BMW customer car this morning and just stuck numbers on it. It looks stock, doesn't it?
Just get a slightly bigger rear wing on it.
Yeah, I've put a rear wing on it and a cage in it. I was taking it for a track day and I've now found myself competing in GT4. We're surely too early for anyone to be suffering.
Willie's again pushing up Lico. I don't know if this is his part of the track here. And on the straight, the McLaren car takes a bit out of him.
Let's have a little look at what happens, because you're right, he is, as we come from the top of the hill all the way back down to start finish line, he is right on the back of him, but then Lico just sort of able to scarp her off again. I think, did this not happen last time with, who was it? It was Lane and somebody. It was Ginetta versus Mercedes. Lane could get right.
Rebellion Davies.
Oh, it was Davies. It was, yeah. Lane could get on the back of Davies, like we see Gillies here right now. But by the time they'd got to the end of the straight, there was 3 car lines, and then that was it done.
You won't be too worried though, because they're both going at a decent pace, so there's no need to worry for natural. He's quite late there.
He's asking questions here. He's asking questions. Morrison and Skunky now both within a second of Lane.
Is Lane struggling with tyres? So he went off like a scolded cat, didn't he? But
Morrison now 3/10 off. Let's have a look. I was sort of suggesting that. Is it possible to have tyre deg this early? Because
Alpine's meant to be good on its tyres, it's light, but just who knows?
If anything, I would have said the guy suffering is Morrison on that front right. Because
just a quick note, we do want to hear some feedback from the guys in the chat if you listen to this. We want to know how these cars are feeling, because it has changed in 1.9, so as much feedback as possible is good for us.
Yeah, you could do the point now. It does look like the Top Gear endurance race car, and they've ran a diesel 3 series.
That's Broom. That's not your brother's actually.
Oh, yeah, so it is. Yeah, it is Broom. Yeah, it is Broom. Sorry. Sorry, lesser of the Neil B's, or maybe better of the Neil B's. I'm not sure. In fact, Neil B, to find out, you are DJing next week before you drive, and we'll decide who is the lesser of. And
Skunky's now right on the back of Morrison, who's just dropped a little bit. They're both probably catching the Alpine on the straight.
I think Lane's holding Morrison up a bit here. Gillies right back on the back of. I was just going to cut to this one. I've just seen Baddy Ali's.
Oh yeah.
Wide in the rear bumper of Goldie now. He's going to try and go wide and cut back across him.
No, not going to happen there.
Cambiasso
just taking a watching brief there.
Yeah, that's the potential winner there is Cambiasso, isn't it? And yeah, Gibbets. Same old rule for pit stops. No fuel, just tyres. Mando.
So 32 minutes to go.
Oh, just a little. Is that a tap on Goldie?
Looks like on site.
Maybe a bit NASCAR there. They love to give a little shove. Cheeky if it was, but they both battle on. Right, let's Cambiasso get right up behind them.
Got McGowan and Hill were automatic 16, 17, 18.
You're very echoey here, Tuck. So we got in the chat. Everyone.
Sorry, I just got a bit closer to my TV then.
All right.
See the timings. McGowan, P17, there's 3 cars battling.
Oh. I'll just pick that up on. Oh yeah. There you go.
Merck in the lead.
So somebody
just gone to the back.
deep there.
Yeah, the Merck's got some damage with Hill. So maybe they'll pit. I don't know. Oh, he's going to drift and then he's gone in the pit.
And then Hickman's got the line here. Oh, he's very generous. He's very generous to McGowan there. Gave him plenty of room. He's just going to tuck in behind.
Cambiasso's pitted, so rather than stuck behind Goldie and Badiardi, Thomas is now above Goldie. Goldie's dropped a bit of time, isn't he? Did they have a third bit with
Oh, they're getting rinsed in the chat. Love it. Hey, what will be interesting is Cambiasso's pitted, Hill's pitted, Connobier's pitted, so let's see where these guys come out. That'll give us an indication of...
Goldie lost a bit of time there somewhere. He's now got Bassina not that far behind him, so he might want to just pit here just to get his head straight because he's just lost a bit of time. It might be a good time to go put it in there.
Top 3 are right on each other here again. If anything, you would say, looking at the 3 cars and how they're braking and turning, it's Skunky that's got the extra bit in the tyres right now.
Who goes for that undercut? When do you go? We're approaching the halfway point of the race. 4 minutes away.
Yeah, when do you go? That is the...
So many cars on track, it's so hard to know where you're going to be put, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be good if they could sort of update us a little bit on, put an update in so you had an idea when you pitted where you might come out, because I say these guys are battling for the lead and you could pit and then come out right behind that sort of McGowan, Hickman, Chapman type battle we just witnessed.
Yeah, it's probably safer to carry on for another 5 minutes, but
Morrison's
the risk might pay off.
Morrison is very close here. I think these 3 guys, it could be a bit of a theme for...
To point out, Kinsey is still the leading pitted car, and Richmond is now 5 seconds behind Berkshire. Gillies is still just pressuring Lico, and he's got Conobier behind him, but Conobier's pitted, so they're probably just chatting to each other there as they go along.
They will be, yeah. So, yeah.
I wonder if Conobier looks like he might be catching her. I wonder if Gillies might go have a go at unlapping yourself against Lico.
Yeah. I wonder, Gillies usually, Neil's pointing this out in the chat, Gillies usually goes really long.
Yeah, it's not always the best at strat, I don't think, so you might have to make sure he's flexible if he can.
But it feels like he is primed to try the undercut.
Yeah.
He's just driving around.
In GT4 it's powerful as well, isn't it? Because they come out with cold tyres, they might be ahead, but you can probably get them on the first lap while they warm their tyres up.
Yeah, and he's just driving round behind McLaren right now.
There's 19 drivers now that haven't pitted, so we've got about a good 15 who've pitted now.
We've got Morrison is now with Skunky. They're under each other's rear wings now.
There's a load of cars in the pits.
Morrison's maybe going to go for this.
Armstrong, Facina, Trackwear, all in the pits.
Morrison saves that. That's outrageous.
What's happened to Lane?
They had a little coming together. Morrison was on the outside. I genuinely think
Skunky's gone to the lead.
It was a racing incident. Touched together.
Okay.
Cars bounced.
I missed it.
Morrison grabbed it quicker. He saved it quicker. Lane just a little bit extra, but I think we talked about this in the Discord a bit. The Alpine.
Skunky's
went wide. When the Alpine gets any contact.
No, break zone. Skunky comes back up the inside.
Right
Sorry,
back.
Karen.
I was going to say, when the Alpine gets any sort of contact, you don't want to see contact, but it seems to react far worse than any other car.
Yeah.
So it was nothing contact, and they both sort of bounced. But the winner is Skunky.
So did Lane get any significant damage there, do you think, or not?
No, I don't think so. No, it was door to door.
Oh, he's hit the cheater curb there. He's landed it, and then
he's going to pit. Surely,
it's probably a good idea to pit after you had a little moment. Just get 30 seconds, just sit down, go right, sort yourself out, even if it's not your fault, and just calm down and go again. He's flashing us there, so he might be listening to the comms.
I don't know how.
I'm sure you can still win, mate. Oh, he's stopped in the pit. He's just stopped in the middle of the pit lane, not in the box. What's he doing? He's gone past his pit.
He's gone past his pit? Oh no. Oh goodness. And I caught it on stream just to humiliate him. Hey, Cambiasso is in 26th. I don't know how that's happened.
I can't believe he just done that.
I can. And we caught it on stream.
Do you reckon he was listening to us and got distracted?
Maybe. Halfway, Skunky goes wide, kicks up some dirt, and he's now just invited the attention of Morrison and Viper on him. Viper was having the loneliest race ever in 4th. He's now battling for first place here.
I don't think it is, mate. Frankie Zula says it's reversing in the pit lane and he allowed it. I don't think it should be. I think you probably should get a DQ for that, but he's got away with it. You can only go by the game's rules, but I thought that might have disqualified you, but
it could have been, because remember last season, did somebody not get
on the reversing on the track? You get
it was reversing on the track, wasn't it? Somebody drove the wrong
in the pit
way
lane,
in the pits.
obviously the rules don't exist. You can do what the hell you want, even though those people stand and roll
I thought
round
somebody
pits and
got
cars.
I thought somebody had got some sort of warning for they spun the car in the pits and ended up driving the wrong way to spin it back.
Don't know. I'm sure Jacob will update us on what message he got there, but he's out the pits and he is.
Oh, I just cut to it there. I wondered what was going on. Gillies and Lico were kissing going into the pits. That's how close they were. So
Lane is now
out, but he's actually genuinely
he's
track
he's
position.
behind like 6 cars who pitted already. So that'll be a fun watch because he's right behind Trackwear already, who's right behind Armstrong.
Skunky's pitted. He's going for the undercut. I think it's a good shout from him.
Yeah, you're safe now. So many people have pitted. There's only 8 left who've not pitted, and 4 of them are in the pits as well.
Just trying to watch Lico and Gillies. Lico drops. There he's away. Is Gillies going to get him? We're just going to watch the race off the pit lane. And no. Gillies is just going to have to tuck in behind the McLaren again. Lane sweeping past Trackwear.
Oh, he's trying to. Trackwear's not
trying
good
to. Trackwear's, but it's for position.
Yeah, no, he's got some pace.
Trackwear's just going to rough him up a bit.
I think he's going to get the move done here, but yeah, fair play. He didn't make that easy. Why should he?
No, I don't know what the...
He's gone in the pits. Oh, it's not. It's gone down the inside.
He's trying to go down the inside. He's now going to get on the throttle. Let's have a look at what's got the better top end. 20 minutes left to go. Everyone's sort of pitting bar our top three.
Chapman is in the pits. Seems to be being held for quite a while. The top two are in the pits, aren't they? It's Vipers and
they are. Yeah, that
Vipers
leaves now Hickman.
They're going through each other in the pit lane already. That's how close these guys are.
Oh yeah, they're desperately... The race off the pit lane is now a thing as well. That's...
So Hickman leads. Hickman leads the race. Hasn't pitted yet.
No, he hasn't pitted. He's going to lead a lap. Neil B pointing out guys driving correctly in the pit lane, something he couldn't do. If you remember his big accident. I just want to keep
He made it to the pit lane, did he? He was still on the track.
Oh, correct, yeah. Yeah, so he couldn't reverse. Well, he couldn't reverse anyway because he went through the windscreen. Hey, I'm just watching...
Yeah, the engine was broken.
Yeah, I'm watching Skunky just coming around the last corner now. Don't know how that's going to play out with Morrison and Viper. Morrison's off. No, Viper's jumped Morrison.
Vipers jumped him, yep.
And then we've got
Andy
Skunky.
is in the lead of the race. Viper's in the lead of the race.
Let's see how the undercut works. Skunky's coming.
He's not that close. He's not that close. Viper's got a chance to warm his tyres up. He's behind Morrison. He's going for a move.
Oh, look at that. This is... Oh, what? Oh, God. Skunky will be so frustrated. Although, I did watch Morrison Viper go into the pits, and the guys, you can tell it's good when they basically stopped and went up on the jack, so they perfected that. So,
Trackweir's had a massive moment on that lap. He's come in the pits with a bonnet all over the place. Funky Doula asks, where is Richmond? He is overtaking Barcher on the straight right now for P15.
Oh yeah, good shout. Yeah, let's have a little look at him. We've just got perfect timing. We've just got Richmond. There we go. Driving career financed by beautiful Link sausages. He's away.
Yeah.
So up to 15th.
And there's 15th place. There's 16 points. So he's much better than Gordon it a day, that's for sure. And he's still going to make his way further up, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think so. I would suggest
Lane
Richmond
P12.
I know. Richmond could be top 10 here.
Oh yeah, it's 20 minutes is a long time. Sexton hasn't pitted yet. He's in P8. I wonder if he's going to put it in the pits. He hasn't got any pressure from behind it though. It's a nice little spot, so could carry on. Impressive first stint from him. He's got a little bit of damage, but
what's happening here?
nothing much.
Viper is managing to put a little gap on Morrison because Morrison's having to deal with the attention of Skunky here. Hickman continues to lead. Gillies is taking time out of Lico again in 6th.
Yeah, what James has got taken out of the game. Don't know what that means. Got disconnected, did he?
Oh, maybe. Somebody was having wheel or controller DCs earlier.
I think, yeah, what chain is Trackwear, but I could be wrong. Anyway.
Oh, so it
now.
must be in relation to Trackwear's bonnet flapping about. Remember they had that bad
we
damage.
saw him pushing lane, didn't we? So I just wonder if something happened between those two. Who knows? We'll
Still
find
got
out afterwards,
31
I'm sure.
cars out there. Murray being car 31. Perez 30th. Timothy 29th.
He is Trackwear.
Trackwear 28th. Zielikowski. Maybe you're right with the theory here, although I think you'll get back into the flow of this, but phenomenal in the GT3. A little bit out of sorts here today. Same with Gromwald. Looked mighty in a GT3.
I think he had a first lap incident because he was in the pits and was way behind everyone. So he's He's sticky with it. He's clean. He's got a clean car since he's pitted, so he's behind Privet right now.
Yeah, we'll just see if he fancies a go at Privet down into the first corner.
How much so Sabio have we in the Mercedes there, P22? He's just behind Chapman. He's a new driver.
We can just cut to them if you want to have a look. Yeah, let's have a little look. Sort of satin red Mercedes.
He's in a red Mercedes. Yeah.
I'll tell you what as well. Put Chapman under a bit of pressure here because I've seen Chapman a couple of times have difficulties on this right-hander where the car just looks like it steps out a bit on him.
Sexton's in the pits, so Hickman's the only one who hasn't pitted. He's leading the race. But Tia's got Skunky and Morrison and Viper approaching. Nice classic Merc livery there, nothing too complicated. Looks good.
Yeah, we've not really voted on who's got the best livery out there.
No, that would take all 50 minutes of the race, I think.
Leco's now just started to pull away for Gillies. Gillies has now got Paddy Alley putting a bit of pressure on him.
Interesting. I wonder if he's just not as comfortable on this set of tyres for whatever reason.
And Richmond, perfect time to cut to him as he just slides the Alpine round the corners. So it's caught right up with Armstrong. He's going to try and make a move for 13th.
Hickman pits. Viper was just watching. They're going to watch him brief in the first stint, wasn't he? And just jumped all of them. 3 cars in the pits. Obviously, Lane had a issue, which meant he was obviously going to drop behind. But it's like the stealthy assassin, isn't he? In that black Mercedes.
As pointed out by multiple people in the Discord, what he done was what everyone suggested to do. Keep it sensible for 20 minutes. Take stock of where you are. So he just drove around in 4th place for 20 minutes, matching the guys ahead.
Hickman's just come out the pits here, and quite a nice little bit of a gap actually. He can pick up his pace really quickly. I think he's got Kinsey, the next car behind, but he's going to have a few seconds on him and to get his tyres up. P11 after his pit.
Nice. I think he's feeling a little bit under the weather as well, so
okay.
That'll help keep him going for the final 15 minutes if he's got something to battle for. Do we have any other little battles out there? We have Richmond hustling Armstrong now. We'll just pick that up. Oh, talking about liveries. How good is the Richmond livery?
Oh, Grunewald's going, but not quite on Privet.
Let's come back there. I'm just saying Richmond's sort of satin black and blue. Very nice.
That Sharks carrying on with the watermelon colours from the team battle. I wonder what Neil's. Well, they're in the same team, so it's the same livery, same colour codes. I don't know if Neil's running that. Maybe Neil can tell us in chat what livery he's running this season. Neil says Chapman's been out GT4 for a while. Maybe I think get a few races to get back into it. Yeah, definitely.
I think Chapman had been out for that long that he was still on 1.7 when he turned the game on. I don't think that's a joke either. Chapman just runs wide, Privet's by him. Chapman's car's in a bad way. That could be over for him.
Oh really? It's a shame.
The bonnet was over the windscreen.
What happened?
I've no idea. I just genuinely seen just the dirt getting kicked up. But what the issue here is, I'm going to stick with Privet because I just seen in the background the customer BMW getting chased by Skunky. So there's Viper past Privet. going to keep it on
Don't
just
know
so...
what happened to Murray, but we've lost Murray as well. Didn't see what happened to him.
Oh. Privet, good example of how you get out of the way of these guys there. Not much you can do when he comes into a slow left-hander, but all the rest of it just out the throttle, off the racing line, let the leaders go. So down to 30 cars running.
Yeah, if they all finish, there's at least a point there for everyone. They do have to carry on to the right amount of laps,
Richmond's
70%.
up to 12th because I think he's just went past Kinsey. So that means next up the road for him is, I think, Hickman in the Ginetta for 11th. Could be looking at drive of the day right there. Him or Viper.
We've got Badiali pressuring.
Just cut
Gillies
to that now, just seen that. Badiali coming down the straight, lights on. Right up the back of the Ginetta.
Unlucky chappers, mate. Yeah, we didn't see it on stream, but stick with it. Do a bit of testing in the week at next track is Donington Park. I'm sure you'll be good.
What cars is there?
He was in the Audi, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Although I think historically the Audi had been bad here. So I think Shug used to drive it and used to moan about it here, but it was quite epic at some other tracks.
Okay.
What else we got in the chat? Just Fox is out. Collected. Richmond into 13th. I think he's up to 12th now, but correct. This is a Days of Thunder drive. And then just Chappers letting us know.
And then we got Neil saying, yeah, well, you'll let you read that, mate.
Ah, yeah, just pointing out it's nice to see Privet on the track and not in a gravel trap. That's correct. We just see, I'm not sure whose Mercedes that is, but I've forgotten already.
Neil finding out it's easy to make comments when you're not racing.
Oh, true, yeah.
Just like us.
He's all friendly in the Discord with him, and then he gets in the chat where he can't answer and slaughters on every opportunity. So top three still Viper, Morrison, Skunky, followed by Lico in 4th, still Gillies in 5th, Badiali 6th. I suppose what Badiali's probably
Thomas
learning.
had a good race in that bright green Porsche. It's just kind of Vicina as well. P7, P8, P9. I think they all had nice solid races and picked off some cars who were quicker than quali. Got themselves into incidents and whatnot.
Yes.
There's a big gap though, isn't it? Bardiali back to Thomas, the top 6. That's pretty secure, which is good for all of them. But Gillies, as long as he doesn't break this Ginetta, he should get a top 6. But he's currently in P5. It's got Badiali just stalking him a little bit recently.
Yeah.
Lost track of Lico a little bit.
What Badiali's about to realise is that
I think Badiali's raced in M2 before. He knows how.
He knows how stubborn. I'm going to call it stubborn. I think that's a good.
I think he might. I think he may well have been there at Alton Park. The most famous Gillies race, really, isn't it?
Alright, stuck behind a stubborn Yorkshireman. So watch that through.
Travelled the length and breadth of Britain to be here tonight, and then that P5 out of battle.
It's not for him. It's for Yorkshire. It's for the Ginetta Motor Company. It's that kind of speech going on. I just cut.
I watch the stream back. I always do because it's quite funny. I bet it'll be tense as.
I do that as well. I do watch the stream back and just cut to moments. Just on stream there, we've got Kinsey with Armstrong and McGowan behind him.
Yeah, Kinsey's had a good race, hasn't he? Because he hasn't done GT4 for a while, and he wasn't going to. He only confirmed we had his base for him today, so jumped in the old Beamer, which seems to be going all right here at Kyalami. Whether it goes as well everywhere else this season, we'll have to find out. Because I think BML was quite good here, wasn't it?
It was always good here, yeah. I think here in Zolder, probably it's it still seems okay there, but
It's always good at Zolder. It's just that you can abuse the curb so much.
because you can launch it. That is exactly why it's good. Wow, these guys battling for it. Is that Armstrong trying the outside? Oh, who's ahead of him there in the?
That's Kinsey.
No, in the Aston ahead of him.
Trackware.
Oh, right, because he was sideways. Here we go, and then that's going to
They're lapping him, I think.
Well,
That's what they're trying to.
I think is McGowan going to get a run on Armstrong as well? We just can't quite see McGowan in shot there. Is he going to pull him behind? He's going down the inside.
Handy if they let Trackware let them go. There's 3 cars battling right behind you. It's potentially hazardous situation if you're there. So anyway,
Trackware's got an opportunity just to get out of the way after this left-hander. He can just come off the...
Yeah, I think it would be a good idea to see if he does it.
Gott's in the chat. I think this doggy hat, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just going to read that in a second.
Alright, I'll leave
yeah,
it
he has
to-
got out the throttle.
Perfect. It was... I was going to say horrible what happened to Gott. Nothing to do with him. Just a couple of cars around him have contact. And
we'll have to review that footage back. I don't know if somebody might put it in for an incident. Even if there isn't, we'll have a look back at it and work out what happened. That's really hard when we're starting a race and this suddenly happens, a split-second thing. And I did kind of see it. It just looked like Richmond and Lane just kind of turned towards each other. There's a little gap between them. They both went to take it, and then Richmond came off worse and collected Gott on the outside. Quite hard. But anyway, mate, you'll be back, I'm sure. But a bit frustrating start to the season for you. Neil thinks it's a racing incident. Could well be right. Won't make any definitive calls on that one until I actually see it properly.
Certainly what we can say is it didn't look like Gott had anything to do with it. It just looked like
No,
he was the
the innocent
victim.
party for sure. He was actually staying well away, and he kind of just happens sometimes, but usually it's the right fucking thing to do. But it's racing, things can happen, can't they?
Also, it doesn't really usually happen to you when you're at that end of the grid in T1. Baddy Alley still on the back of Gillies, just cutting to it because they're now catching up about to lap Privet.
Yeah, Morrison is 7/10 to the leader, so he's is it 8/10 now?
We'll just cut to that. The other thing I would love to see is, just because there's been a bit of interest in him, but Richmond's 11th now, less than a second behind
Yeah,
Hickman.
He's on the back of Hickman. Yeah, he'll have this place.
That's going to probably grab him 10th. And then I think there's just too much ahead of him.
Hickman can still get top 10 though. He shouldn't feel that giving away this position. He's not going to give it away, but if he loses it, he shouldn't feel he's lost top 10 opportunity because there's still a few laps to go. And
well, still 4 minutes to go, and like you say, a few laps now. Gillies is actually now coming back at Lico.
he's still got Buddy Harley behind him, though, isn't there?
He's still. Oh, no, I just said that, and Gillies has just lost a huge chunk of time.
Yeah, Buddy Harley's closest he's ever been. He's going to get the inside. Oh, Gillies is giving him no room.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know what. Oh, we caught that.
My
on
initial
stream as well.
reaction there is that it wasn't enough room given, but we will have to see.
Yeah,
Gillies can get going. He can get salvage top 6 still. He's got 15 seconds on Thomas, so he's just going to have to finish this race in P6 and take the damage unless Baddy Ali feels he wants to let him pass, which I don't think he will.
No, I'm just trying to see where is Gillies.
He has got Thomas. He's got Thomas. Thomas is right behind him, so he's lost that 15 seconds.
How much damage does he have? He's got damage.
He's going to be tense in that Genesis cockpit right now, I'll tell you.
Yeah. And it looks like Richmond's went past Hickman. Richmond goes top 10. Morrison is right behind Viper now. Tell you what, Viper would have wanted a more comfortable last couple of minutes than this. Steve's still holding on to 6th. I do agree with you there. When you seen that, it looked like Gillies ran Baddy Alley really wide to the left. On the
Hard
graph.
to see. The only thing that's hard to see from our angle is how far Baddy Ali was, like, how far he was alongside.
Oh, Viper goes really deep.
Viper's gone way wide.
He's going to hold it though.
That's an interesting line.
Yeah, that's a very interesting line. Oh, Morrison touched him. Morrison will lift off.
Oh, Skunky's going to get the win if he does that.
Dr. Morrison didn't lift off.
Skunky Douglas is Richmond Ford driver of the day.
It's not a bad call.
Gillies has dropped behind Thomas now. He's got a couple of seconds.
2.5 on Vizina.
Yeah. Still good points for P7. Just needs to hold his frustration for a couple of minutes and then let it out.
Interesting one there. Viper, maybe quite rightly, might be furious if he's had a tap there to lose a position, but could have been slightly controversial how deep he went and managed to keep the foot in it to keep the place.
Yeah. We are going to have one more lap after this one.
Any other little battles going on in there.
Skunky wants to win, I think.
Skunky does want to win. He's probably got 2 chances to do it. He's got T1 and then you've got that hairpin at the top of the hill. I would think it is 2 chances. He's certainly giving himself a opportunity here. He's right behind. He's not close enough. He's nowhere near close enough. So the last lap, Morrison, Skunky, Viper, Lico, Baddy Alley, Thomas, Gillies, Vizina, Camporus and Richmond. That's our top 10. Hickman's having a bit of a bite back at Richmond as well. Skunky smells the win. He's right behind. I thought for a second there Morrison wasn't going to just defend that, but he does. Keeps Skunky behind him.
Nobby has just made a move on Armstrong for P13. Quite sure exactly what happened to Connor this race, but he's had good pace in the Jeanette there.
I've seen him sideways on lap 1 or 2, so.
Okay. He's had a recovery job.
Viper just dropped off the battle for the lead here, so. We're just watching it. Can Skunky do anything? This was, I thought, was his chance, but without Morrison making a mistake, it's now very difficult to get a pass. So Morrison.
I'm not quite sure what happened to Cambiasso because she was having a good race. She's P26.
Yeah, I think pitted from about 12th. Skunky goes wide. Morrison just going to block it all the way through. It's going to be a Morrison.
Oh, what?
Oh no.
We're getting this. What is causing this thing to do this? I don't understand it.
I don't know, but it's going to be Morrison, Skunky, Viper.
It's not even when you get register the checker flag, it's calling the race from when it did that. The race is over, essentially. We can't take any other result than that. But we didn't see the flag. So some people have missed out on a little bit of a chance to make some ground there.
Yeah, that's a bit of a nightmare. It's done that. That's the second time we've seen that now, but I suppose all they could do is go through.
Because timetables, mate, that's all you can do.
Yeah, so well done our winner Morrison, and Skunky second, Viper also on the podium with a third. Then we have Lico fourth, Baddy Alley fifth, Thomas sixth, Gillies seventh, Vizina eighth, Camporus ninth, Richmond 10th. Then we have Hickman, McGowan, Conabier, Armstrong, Kinsey, Barcher. That's her top 16. That's a great finish from Barcher. You called it earlier. Hill, Gronewald, Sabio, Sexton, Pivot, Mackay, Reed. Let's scroll down a bit. Zielikowski, Trackware 25th, Cambiaso 26th, Perez 27th. Oh, why is Lane back in 28th?
I didn't see, but he was in 10th or 11th at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I got Lane, Timothy Chapman, Murray, Goldie as well, Ward, and then got.
Yeah. Goldie, didn't see him drop out.
I didn't see him drop out either.
So many cars, it's hard to catch everything happening, isn't it?
It's like we did.
Yeah, it's a bit of a disappointing end to that. I don't know why the checker flag, we didn't get to see it. I don't know why that happened. Makes penalties and all that kind of stuff really difficult now, thoroughly need to sort out. So, anyway.
Yeah,
It was a good race in the whole, a good night. But yeah, everyone get on the racing tournament, like I said earlier, and make that profile as it's instructed on the Discord. Much appreciated.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say, mate?
No, I was just going to say thanks for joining me and see you again next week for another large grid.
Yeah, and congratulations to the winner in the podium, Morrison.
Yes.
Sankey
Viper. Good race from them. Okay, we'll just end it there. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, see you next time.